Hello, hello, hello. We're live on the wrong screen. Excellent. Excellent. How are we doing? Man. Today's a lovely Monday. Nice and sunny outside. It's fucking humid. I don't like being out there. That's why I'm in here. We're gonna be doing some writing and some things. But before we get started, I'm gonna need to pull up my stream. Do my thing. There we go. All right. So, actually, we've got quite a few things lined up for this month on this channel. I'm trying something different. Every Saturday at 6 p.m. there will be an upload. What is it? That's what we'll see, you know? But there will be something. You know what else there'll be is the lowering of the standing desk. Hold on a second. All right. So I guess I want to start this stream off because something I've noticed a lot in general internet discourse is there's no real less crass way to put this, fellatiation of the John Wick franchise. And I don't understand it. So, allow me to demonstrate, okay? Let's go on YouTube. All right, on YouTube, let's just type in John Wick 4 video essay. Okay? Oh man. Can I do one without the... Yeah. Just do a display capture? Okay. No, this is not working. I had this, and I ruined it. I think this will do. For now. Okay, so John Wick Chapter 4 is perfect. John Wick 4 is an action masterpiece. We didn't deserve John Wick. John Wick Chapter 4, a mostly excellent finale. Crickle Drinker, I think, actually had some unkind words to say. How John Wick saved action movies. John Wick did the impossible. John Wick 4 is why we love movies. Everything great about John Wick. Oh, God, that's Cinema Wins. Ugh. So yeah, when you look through a lot of the general consensus about this movie and the franchise in general, the series it's really good. It's not pretentious. It's just there to entertain the audience. Oh, that's funny. Film theory, John Wick literally cannot die. That sounds like the ultimate cope for copious plot armor. But yeah, like the general consensus is amazing films. Right? And I don't understand it. It's been 10 years, almost, since the first movie came out. And it's been almost 10 years since we've had a good John Wick movie. Now, hear me out for a second, okay? John Wick 1 comes out. You have a bunch of stale, shitty action movies. And then this movie comes along. You get 30 minutes of no action whatsoever. I just hit my microphone. No action, just character building. And those first 30 minutes bad movies. There were quite a lot of them out there. Oh, in 2023? I bet you wouldn't expect me to be talking about this one, though. So 2014, you get 30 minutes of straight character building, and then the rest of the movie happens. And it's solid. So, I guess let me break this down. I could have sworn there was one video I saw that was critical on the fourth movie, and it was like ratioed like crazy. Like, I think it was 1.5k dislikes to 900 likes. So let me explain. The first movie comes out, you have a story of a man who is out of the game, you know? He's an ex-assassin. His wife just passed away, and she's left him this puppy dog. And it's the sole remembrance he has of this woman he loved very dearly. So much so that he left his profession. And due to an arrogant brat of a Russian mob boss, and John Wick's unrelentance when confronting them, they break into his house and kill his dog. They don't kill his dog. They break into his house and then consequently kill his dog. And I think at that moment he decides, oh no, he was going to kill himself, wasn't he? He like drives the car really fast and then like brakes right before he hits the wall. And he kind of decides, like, no, I'm going to take revenge. Because he's very angry. The one thing good that he had in his life was taken away, and now he's going to make him pay. And upon hearing that his son has killed the world's greatest assassin's dog, the Russian mob boss, understandably, is upset. Not at John Wick, but at his son. And he tries to make amends. And, you know, a bunch of shit happens. Eventually, you know, he gets revenge on the kid who killed his dog. And unfortunately, as a consequence, you know, you kind of have a thematic parallel between John Wick and, I think his name is, no, Yosef is the son. But the father, right? The Russian mob boss. Because they both had something that they love dearly taken from them. And they kind of realize, you know, they're going to clash. Because John Wick's not just going to take it lying down, and neither is the Russian mob boss. So that final act, as John Wick is hunting him down, you know, it's really cool because the antagonist is kind of, he knows he's going to die, but he still has to fight for what he believes in, which is his family. And that's ultimately what happens at the end of the movie, is a clash between two people who have lost pretty much everything. And the only thing left that they have to lose is their life. Sounds like a pretty good story, right? So the second movie, and the third movie, and the fourth movie, all that character development that John Wick has, where he he loses everything and he takes his revenge, and he realizes once that's all over with, like, he can finally heal. What they do is they bring in some guy out of nowhere from his past, and like, oh no, you're back into this now, you know? You're gonna have to do X, Y, Z for me. I was talking about the first movie, now I'm talking about the sequels. The sequels are atrocious. I guess I can get more into the action. So the first movie... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go in reverse order. Let me just list some feats that John Wick has done in the action scenes, okay, of John Wick 4. So, he fights a blind man with nunchucks. He falls off, I think, like a 10-story or like a 5-story building. He jumps out of it, stands up perfectly fine. He gets run over by at least 5 to 10 cars. He gets shot hundreds of times. and he falls down a set of stairs like 2 or 3 times. And he's completely fine, but only at the end when he gets shot in the gut does he's like, oh no, that's too much for me now. Whereas in the first movie, I'm kind of scatterbrained. I'm all over the place. I'm caffeined up. But yeah, I don't understand the praise for these movies. He has no character outside the first movie because the entire first movie was about him. It was about his struggle with grief and his drive to, I guess, take revenge on the dog. Although the dog is more so a representation of family. And that is reflected in the antagonist as well. And in every subsequent movie, it's just him reacting to things that happen to him. There's zero progression in the character. Chapter 2 literally starts with his house getting blown up because some guy comes in out of nowhere. He's like, hey, there's this magical Deus Ex device that was never mentioned until now, where you have to do this and this and this for me. Never brought it up till now. I respected your retirement, but now that you're not retired, I'm going to destroy everything and force you to be in this sequel. And then chapter 3, he's on the run the entire time. And then chapter 4, he's taking revenge after falling 20 stories and seemingly making a full recovery and looking better than ever. I don't get it. I just want to talk about this real quick because I think this film franchise is extremely overpraised. I think people do not engage with the sequels critically because people are too caught up in this whole like culture war politics bullshit where they think, oh, just because this movie isn't pushing politics on me, that must mean it's good, right? And if people just take a step back and they look at the story, they look at the characters, they look at the themes, and how these all interact with each other, they realize these films are just set pieces. They're stuntman set pieces. Where the director and all the stuntmen and stuff can just show off X, Y, and Z that they want to do. Which is fine if you want to do that, but make a YouTube channel and do that, okay? If you don't want to have a good story, if you don't want to tell a good story while having this coordination, then don't bother, right? Because it might be entertaining. You know, it might be entertaining to see fucking 57-year-old Keanu Reeves roll around and shoot people and like flail nunchucks. But if it doesn't make sense why he's doing that in the context of a film, and you're just appreciating the choreography on a meta level, that doesn't necessarily make for a good film. You know, like if I go to watch The Room and I look at it and I just appreciate like Tommy Wiseau's insanity and the entire backstory that like led up to that movie being made, and I go, man, this is a really good movie despite all these circumstances. No, that's you're not engaging with it critically. You're engaging with it on a meta level. And I think that's what people are doing with the John Wick movies. I don't think they're looking at this from a film perspective. I think they're looking at this from action movies have been bad for 30 years, and this is the first somewhat decent action movie franchise. Therefore, all the criticism is just nitpicky, you know? Oh, what's that? John Wick gets shot hundreds of times, and the bullets just bounce off his suit, and he has 0 bruises or broken bones, and it goes unacknowledged by the plot. That's just a nitpick. It's just a nitpick that John Wick puts himself into situations where he would be able to get shot on end, like endlessly, repetitively. It's just a nitpick, you know? And I don't get that. Because every single decision that the character makes is indicative of that character himself. And part of what made the first movie so good was everything John Wick did was planned. You know, if you notice, like, all the big shootout, like the nightclub shootout, that's only because things went wrong. He was trying to sneak in there and kill him silently. The only reason we had the whole thing on the dance floor was because he got spotted. And Yosef was trying to escape. And he did so because John Wick didn't want to risk shooting bystanders. But when he actually gets killed later on, you know what he fucking does? He doesn't run in to La Castlevania music and just start shooting up a place. He gets on a crane with a sniper rifle and tries to shoot him in the head and just walk away. Because that's what an assassin would do. You want to minimize risk to yourself and to bystanders. Obviously, that one goes wrong too, and he has to get it. But like all these like, it seems like the directors and the audience both seem to have forgotten what made the action in the first movie so good, and it was because it was he didn't go out of his way to put himself in harm's. Oh, it's just gonna sound redundant. He didn't go out of his way to put himself in harm's way, you know? The very first action scene, when those guys are breaking into his house, they're trying to kill him. Yeah, he has a pistol and nothing else. Of course he's gonna be doing a bunch of like judo moves. He's trying to make the most of his environment. But it's hardly the same as him, hey, I'm gonna pick up these nunchucks and swing them around when I have a gun. Oh, there's an assault rifle on the floor. Let me use my dinky little fucking 40 caliber pistol, you know? Like, it's ridiculous. And I will never understand the style over substance argument. You can have style and substance. But if you have to choose, go with substance over style. Okay, Godfather doesn't particularly have much style. 12 Angry Men is just 12 guys sitting in a room talking to each other. It doesn't have much style. But what it does have is some of the greatest character writing in any film ever, by characterizing these 12 nameless people and making each of them unique and clash with each other, trying to decide if this boy is guilty or innocent. And I think this film, 2, 3, and 4, all of them except for the first one, which tried to tell a story, I think they are style over substance. And I think the first film is the only one that had both. Which is why I think it's what made it so big to begin with. People could like John Wick as a character because he had character, and people could like the action because it was both well choreographed, it made sense in terms of the story, and it has style to it. But only one of those applies for all the newer movies. And I think that is a shame. Yeah, I guess to summarize, if I ever decide to leave the internet, my swan song will be a John Wick is bad video. Because my God, if I see one more video praising John Wick 4, the movie where he gets run over by cars more than he gets, I think, even shot at in the first movie, I'm gonna lose it, man. No one can survive that many car crashes. No one can survive falling off a 15-story building. hitting like a fucking guardrail halfway down. No one can survive getting shot 150 times without some internal hemorrhaging. Oh, but what's this? Oh, a marksman pistol. Oh no, I got shot in my gut. Guess I'm gonna die now. Oh yeah, here it was. It was this video by Patrick Tommaso. John Wick 4 is a bad movie. I haven't seen this. Maybe I'll watch this later. But just looking at like the like to dislike ratio, it seems like a lot of people don't want to, they aren't open to the idea that it could be bad. Because it's John Wick. How dare you say it's bad? Like, it's obviously good, you know? I mean, just look at it. just look at all the action. But that's not what we're here to do today. This next good bit of the stream, if not all of it, I'm gonna be doing some writing. There's this story that I've been conceptualizing over the past week or two, and I think it's time to outline it. Hold on a second. So let me show you what's going on here. Oh, first of all, what I should probably do, I need to pull my snip program open because I have a playlist. I don't know if I got struck last time with this playlist. But I'm gonna play it and we'll see. Where is it? Here, I guess I can go ahead. Let's go ahead and swap over to this. So we can go ahead and be checking this out. Oh shit. I just dragged Spotify off screen and now I can't access it. Oh dude, that sucks. Like when you drag something's like window like to the below your taskbar and you can't get it back. Where is it? There it is. All right. So this is like it's club music basically. Fuck. It's really loud. There we go. Because this song, or this story takes place primarily in the Atlanta nightlife. So, I got the premise written down here. It follows the theme of balance, you know, balancing two lives and how they can kind of cross over and conflict with one another. You know, you see it a lot with like cops. How, you know, they see a lot of heinous shit on the job and it kind of fucks their family life. This is somewhat similar, but instead exploring the criminal element. So, just gonna follow two characters primarily. A character named Kat and a character named Vanessa. And Kat is basically a con artist. She's been pickpocket, thief, everything, all of it. Because that's all she knows how to do. It's what she was raised to do. And not everyone in Atlanta shares that propensity towards criminality. One of those people being her roommate, who is a recovering drug addict, retail worker. You know, she attends NA meetings. Actually, I think, yeah, I come up with this on this in the setup. So yeah, she attends NA meetings, and obviously, you can already see the issue with, you know, one person being a heavy partier, you know, takes a fuck ton of drugs, steals shit from people. And another person who goes to the gym, takes walks, has a retail job, you know, just your average girl who's probably gonna have her fucking life ruined by the end of the story. So yeah, I think when I started this, the way I like to write short stories is, my last short story I did, I think it was more like a 4-act structure. I had the setup, where we introduce the character and we introduce the plot and the theme. And then there's two... I guess it kind of is 3-act more so. But there's two major plot points in the middle. Then the climax and the resolution. I guess it is 3-act, but this is how I structure it. So I think with having two different characters, it's just going to be more, I don't know. I don't know if the story will either be longer, or if it'll just be expedited, and there will be, I guess, less substance. Not less substance, but, you know, a lot more efficiency in the storytelling. Dude, I need to chill the fuck out. Ooh. I swear I didn't drink that much coffee. This is just how I am. Why isn't this updating? That is not the song that's playing. Did that fix it? I did fix it. Okay. So, I'm gonna chill out probably. The scroll bar kind of explains everything. I'll be doing some writing, probably explaining some things, but not too much because I will just get nothing done. So I guess I need to figure out where I was at, first of all. Okay, so yeah, there's gonna be a third character. I haven't really named him yet. He's gonna be pretty crucial. I think I gave him a nickname. Rich, as in rich asshole. I think that's, I kind of wrote like a bit of a rough draft for like an opening. I didn't like it, so I deleted it. But I think I had her call him rich asshole. And then that was just in the, in all the prose. So I think I'd be okay with that, assuming we never learn his full name. And then, what's going on here? Woken by the police, everything's gone, yeah. This was from last time. I'm changing this. Because I want things to be a lot more, butterfly effect. I don't want to just keep bringing in new characters to move the plot along. I want everything to stem from this one action of stealing this guy's watch. So, let's see here. I'm probably going to need to elaborate on this a lot further. Actually, not really. I think I want it to be one of those things where it just keeps getting implied, but it's never really, you're never really told what went on. Just that, you know, she has a lot of shit that happened to her in the past that's kind of fucked her up. Because people don't just become criminals for no, like, career criminals for no reason, you know? Either you're brought into it at a young age, or you have some, like, extreme extenuating circumstances, or I don't know. I guess I haven't really gotten too much in the psychology of it. I guess probably change this, because I'm not certain that that will be the name. That was the initial name. Crypto Dancer, like Secret Dancer. But I was gonna have it be a double entendre, because she, you know, steals people's credit cards and converts it to crypto. But I don't know that that's gonna really be in the story. So I'll probably have to come up with like a new name. So I guess that's... Okay, she comes home, she sees her, and then we get all that. Okay, and then we're gonna get like a big argument. This is gonna be the big presentation of the theme in the story. So we know what's at stake, sort of. Should probably clarify. Oh no, we should probably explain, We need to explain how she's on those drugs. I think this is where we introduce, like the drug dealer angle. Her burner phones are gone, her wallet's gone, everything. What would she do? I think she would call her friend. Or no, she wouldn't call her friend because she'd be ashamed. Because her friend's on the straight and up and she doesn't want to get her involved. I think that's the play. So maybe she borrows a phone. Or maybe asks the cops. She finds some way to call, but she doesn't call her friend. Where's the phone? I think that's the question. You know, it's funny. I was watching Mr. Robot the other day in the first episode, where he borrows a guy's phone and then programs his phone number into it and calls that phone number, and that gives him like root access to the phone. Which I'm sure is possible, because that show's like very accurate when it comes to hacking and shit. But I just gotta wonder, like, I don't know. I'm sure it isn't that common, but do you really want to be lending someone your phone in New York City, you know? And to an, like, as an extension of that, Atlanta. Like, New York City's a shithole. You think Atlanta's any better? God damn, it is not. Maybe she asks the cops. Because cops are gonna come into play later. She's gonna be on the run from the cops, I think. Yeah. I guess would they lend their phone? Probably, right? I think your average cop would let someone borrow a phone if they just had all their things stolen from them and they woke up in an alleyway. I think they would let you call someone. But would the APD let you call someone? Yeah. Oh. I guess this is like 2017, 2018, right? Nobody knows phone numbers. So would she not, like, not know who to call? This song is called Sewer Cock? What? Is this the sequel to the, like, hit stoner metal band Goblin Cock? What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, I think either I make it more, like, significant to the story, which is she does call her drug that'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Like, calling your drug dealer on a police phone. Either she does that, or we go the hyper-realistic route, which is you're not going to know anyone's phone number because it's 2018. You know, everything's programmed in. You don't have to remember phone numbers. And because her phone's gone, or I guess she has a burner phone and a main phone. Her main phone would be at her apartment. I think it would just be too convoluted to... Why am I having trouble finding out how she's gonna get home? Because I guess the question would be, would the cops drive her to her house if she's not willing to give up any information on the thief who stole her stuff? Mainly because she doesn't know who did. Probably just add that in. Yeah, I think the cops would give her... Let's just say, you know, the cops would give her a ride. And I think this will be really good to, kind of foreshadow things later when she's on the run from the cops. And kind of make people think... Because I think I want it to be, an open-ended ending. Not necessarily open-ended. Like, she's not going to get arrested, though. She's going to be on the run. And I guess through this, through the police giving her a ride in the very beginning of the story, maybe people will draw conclusions that ultimately she'll get arrested at the end. That's not going to be the case, because I want to do more with this character, and she doesn't get arrested, but... You know, it'd be a nice little thing where it kind of helps people engage with the story. So yeah, the police give her a ride to her apartment. I guess here's the question. Does she have the drugs already in the apartment? Or does she call the drug dealer and get the drugs in the apartment? Because it's implied she's, you know, she's done this before. She's brought drugs into a house with a recovering addict. No, I don't think she'd have drugs just sitting around. I think she would honor that and get them out of the house. But obviously, you just had everything stolen from you. You lost like a $5,000 watch you stole. You lost your shoes, everything. Fake ID, which doesn't really matter, but you need a new one. Yeah, she calls her drug dealer. And then we can hard cut to her like being strung out on the couch, which would like imply he stopped by, gave her the goods, and then she had the goods, and now she's out good. That sounded better in my head than when I started saying it. What was it that she takes? I forgot. I should probably written this down. I might have to revert the document. Because I did write this out. I think it's like a mixture of ketamine and marijuana. But I had like the dosages and everything. I don't want to have to do more research into that again. Here it is. Yeah, here we go. I don't know that I want to refer. I think I'll just refer to her as Cat. That's her real name. We're not getting into the other shit right now. 260 milligrams of ketamine, 30 milligrams of THC. You're gonna be out cold. Barely conscious. At the very least. Okay. We'll probably need some pros to, I guess, explain relapse. I guess this would kind of be... I don't think I've ever done like a non-linear... I usually write my short stories very linearly time-wise. I guess this one would be the first non-linear one. Yeah. Okay, so... Let's probably go ahead and write down. Who was the drug dealer's name? I think it was Lamont? I'm still stuck on this, man. There's two ways I could take this that I think have equal storytelling potential, where she chooses willingly to call her drug dealer over her friend to help her. Because of the respect that she has for her friend's, like, boundaries, and because she wants to keep everything separated. I'll come back to it. Oh, yeah, this will be good. Okay, so her friend tells her, if you can't, keep that part of your life separate, you're leaving. She gives her an ultimatum, essentially. And at the story, what ends up happening, when she can't keep those parts of her life separate, and her friend ultimately gets caught in the crossfire, gets arrested for drug possession and whatnot, she has to leave. Albeit not the house, but the state. Because she's on the run from the police. Okay, so I think Kat's side. Kat's gonna be really easy to write. I'm gonna struggle with Ness though, because she doesn't really have too much. She's a very milquetoast person, you know. She has a troubled past, but she's choosing. She's choosing to do better. I think maybe the best way to summarize it is just to do dialogue here. No. Yeah, I think what we're gonna be seeing here is just the fundamental differences in like two different people, you know? Two people who have very similar life experiences, but have drastically different outlooks on life. You know, one person, you know, it's kind of like people who come back from prison, you know? I'm using this as a second chance to, you know, make the most of my life versus, well, I can't get a job, I can't fucking do anything, I'm just gonna go back to committing crime. You know? There are those who blame themselves, and there are those who blame others. Those who blame themselves choose to improve themselves, so they don't have to blame themselves for anything. Whereas those who blame others, they don't have to change anything about themselves, because they're not in the wrong. And I think that's what this is going to be. It's that fundamental difference in outlook on life. Okay, so I guess how do we bring I feel like it'd be way too contrived if like Ness like meets him in like a gym or something. Maybe it doesn't have to necessarily be him, but maybe in one of her NA meetings. How often do they have? Are they once a month or once a week? I think they're every week, aren't they? Frequently asked questions. I don't want the 12 steps. I don't need the 12 steps, man. Step 1, don't do drugs. Done. I don't see anywhere about frequency. Oh, here we go. Quora.com, of course. Ask internet strangers. A meeting a day for 2 years. Damn. So a lot of people do it once a day. Okay. Once a week, now I'm 27 years clean. That's wholesome. Wait, every night for the first couple. Okay. So I think the general consensus is once a day. Every day. Make it part of your routine. I guess where it doesn't really matter where she works, does it? Clothes store, why not? Unless I can find some way of making it important. Like, she works as a clothes store, therefore, you know, like, I'm not gonna be too worried about it. I guess the whole issue would be, wouldn't it be extremely contrived if the guy who gets his watch stolen goes to an NA meeting the next night and was like, I relapsed and I paid the price, you know, I lost my watch and everything. I don't know. No, I think, oh no, fucking no. That could work really well, actually. No, it could work really fucking well. Especially if we use the watch as like a representation of something, metaphorically. Yeah, no, that's happening. I don't care, it's happening. I just need to write this down now. Yeah, I think the best outcome for this is Vanessa doesn't know that her friend stole from this guy. What are they called? Members? I guess. Or, members? Addict? Is that what they're called in NA? It's just called addicts. Anonymous meetings. Members. Yes. It's not very anonymous if they say their name at the beginning, though, is it? My name is Mark Lawson. I'm a record producer, age 41 years old. Address is 8716 West Main Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, we're gonna give him a first name. Oh. Behind the name. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this website's fucking awesome. I love this website. White dude, probably. So... maybe he's black. It is Atlanta. Does it really matter? No, I think it does matter. Because she's gonna feel a lot more likely to hate him if he's a white dude. Yeah. Just how it is. Mark actually isn't a bad name. John Mark, patron saint of Venice. From the Roman god Mars. Okay. God of War. Okay. Henry's a super fucking English name. Ryan? Ryan's going down. What's up with Ryan? People ain't fucking with Ryan? Little King? Silas, what the fuck, 1879? Who the fuck's named Silas and Bo? Micah's gone up because of Red Dead. These are like, yeah, these are like 1800s names. What? Jonah. I've seen a lot of Jonahs. Not many Georges. Cole could be a good one. Shortened Nicholas? Victory of the People. Oh, this isn't a victorious story. Jude? Arlo. Arlo sounds Italian. Is that English? Between Two Highlands. Maybe Alex. Alex, Justin, Blake. Defending men. To defend... Black or pale? Preston, Stephen. Walter. Put your dig away, Walter. Bryant's not bad. Priesttown. Crown Wreath. Martyrdom? Saint Stephen was a deacon who was stoned to death. He is regarded as the first Christian martyr. Ooh, that could, I think that's the one. High power. Metal Oh, I did this on the last stream, didn't I? I guess, do we want Stefan or Steven? Let's do Steven with PH. I think it's fitting too, because Stephen means martyr, and he's essentially martyred for, I guess, like in the context of the watch. One of the other members. I guess she probably used to go, right? No, I don't think she can become suspicious. I don't think she can even find out. I think that's when it goes too far. But I think if he just shows up and, like, talks about it and we kind of see the consequence and we see the more human side to him, I think that'd be fine. I think it's plausible that her friend doesn't really talk to her much about where she goes because she knows she knows Ness doesn't want to hear any of that. I think that's fair. That's completely plausible. Am I using this word correctly? An adventurous, unconventional act or undertaking. Okay. It's not really... It's not really unconventional. Because of how often she does it. But yeah, I think escapades is fair. Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be a nice little detail. How he's willing to like come clean about his drug use, but then realizes like, oh shit, I cheated on my wife. You know that's not gonna happen again. But like, you know, I probably shouldn't mention that. It's the way I've worded that. Eventually, she is told to speak. Finally, the woman can talk. Hmm. Ooh, maybe that's the angle, right? He doesn't want to talk to the police and get her caught because then it might come out that he cheated on his wife. Maybe we go further than just a kiss. Hmm. But then something has to like actually convince him, right? Because that's a pretty high bargaining chip, isn't it? I don't want this thief found because this thief is the person I cheated on my wife with, you know? But then how are you going to convince him? Conundrum. We're in a conundrum. Yeah, I guess if we just play the infidelity angle, he has too much to lose to worry about like a $5,000 Rolex. You know, like, do you want a $5,000 Rolex or your marriage? Right? I think this is I want this story to be like an exploration into the butterfly effect. I want everything to fucking branch out from one another. Every decision to be a consequence of another decision. All of the greatest TV shows I've ever seen follow that writing principle. And I think it can be done really good in novelized form too. I mean, just look at something like Breaking Bad, you know? How, like, Walter letting Jane die causes the plane crash of, like, you know, and the death of thousands of people. And to have that be used as a metaphor, like, as a whole, of the damage he's doing with his drugs. His drug empire. Breaking Bad is a masterpiece show. And so is Better Call Saul. I'm rewatching that show again. I'm on season 5. Fucking amazing. There's so many details I missed. Like, in season 2, whenever Mike is trying to snipe Hector. The same episode where it's revealed that he was a Vietnam sniper. And you can hear the sound of, like, the bugs in Vietnam whenever he's looking through the sniper scope. Or there's like a very... Hold on. See if I can show this. No, not Bagman. Not the target practice. This scene. Yes, this scene. I wonder if anyone mentions this. In the comments. No one mentions this detail. I realized this when I was watching this with my friend Caden. Okay, so check this out, right? Sorry, Moonhooch. Check us out, man. Notice the sound of the bugs? And he's looking through the scope. Oh, no, it doesn't show it! But you can hear those bugs, and then whenever he, like, looks out from the scope, and he, like, kind of looks to the left, like he realizes he was, like, hearing something, the sound stops. The sound of the bugs stop. And you realize, like, oh, it's so good. That's fucking masterful sound design. Like, it says so much just playing the sound of cicadas. Essentially saying he feels like he's back in Vietnam all over again. Gordon Smith wrote this episode, by the way. In case you can't tell, all of the best episodes in Better Call Saul are written by Gordon Smith. From everything that I've seen, the guy is a fucking fantastic writer. I hope he gets his own show. Yeah, it doesn't show that scene. But yeah, just details like that, man. Details like that is what makes those two Vince Gilligan shows masterful. And if I ever get around to it, there's a video I want to do talking about how Better Call Saul is the greatest spin-off TV show ever made. Because it is. And it might be the greatest spin-off ever made. It might be the greatest prequel ever made. And that's pretty high praise, considering we have stuff like Godfather 2. I saw one silly little video, saying that, or I think I did this in a previous stream, like comparing Better Call Saul to Red Dead Redemption 2, and like making arguments about how they're both like really good prequels. And I just laughed. Not because he's wrong. I think they are both really good prequels. But in a different way. Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably the greatest video game prequel. Sure. It pales in comparison to Better Call Saul, though. Every single little minute detail in Better Call Saul is accounted for. Except for Kaylee's age. She's 8 years old for the next 10 years. But besides that, like, brilliantly done. I have nothing but praise. Actually, that's not true. I have a lot of criticism for Better Call Saul. But they're minor things. Things that you can change with some rewrites. And like not like big rewrites, but like, you know, changing a few lines. And that's how it should be. That's how it should always be. Is if you can fix everything by just changing a few lines of dialogue, or like a lot of Better Call Saul's issues are in its action scenes, its shootouts and stuff. People do things that aren't quite plausible. The hit on Lalo is one of the worst examples. Um, where they just survive because the writing needs them to. Like, you can write those scenes in a way that work. They just weren't written in a way that works. But, like, it's simple fixes, and it doesn't damage the story. Because no matter what, Lalo's gonna make it out of there alive. He's gonna find out Nacho set him up. It's just the way that it happened, you know? That could have been done better. Yeah, those are the issues that you find in the good TV shows. The Wire has issues like that as well. True Detective. I forgot, what issue did I have with True Detective? I think there's just one instance in particular whenever Rust goes into that biker bar. And Marty follows him. And like almost ruins everything. And it's just like played off as like a dramatic moment. But like minor things, right? It's always minor things in the best shows. And they're things that you can ultimately look past. Because they don't affect the plot. Yeah, I get it how a writer can sometimes be too caught up in making things work for the story that they don't really take into account realism or plausibility. I think a balance needs to be stricken. Everything needs to work. And then when it works in congruence, that's when you have the best story that you can possibly tell. I don't necessarily mean realism like in terms of the real world. I just mean in whatever way. Like if it's a cyberpunk world, you don't want to contradict the rules of that universe. You know, you don't want to contradict the rule of a fantasy universe. You know, it's just not necessarily realism, but plausibility. Obviously, if you have a contemporary story, you know, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, you apply the real world's rules. But no matter what, you have to make everything plausible. It needs to make sense in that world. And if you make something crazy happen, you make a person start flying, superhero style, well, you better be ready to make that consistent, you know? That's the big issue with Marvel right now, is just everyone's off doing their own thing. There's no solid world building. It's just a bunch of fucking nonsense that contradicts each other and just keeps piling on and piling on. There's no depth because it's just a jumbled mess. It doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like it's part of a world. That's bad world building. You don't want to do that. Oh, what was I gonna do? Oh, right. There's no music picture. Now there is. Interesting. Maybe no sex. Maybe just a kiss. That's not something I want clipped. But no, I just don't know how I can find a way to... I got sidetracked. Yeah. She can't afford another fake ID. I think we should have a scene before any of that. We need to see them as friends before we start seeing them butting heads, you know? We have to establish that they are actually friends, because if the first thing we see of them two together is them arguing, like, you know, doesn't really draw a good... We need to make it believable that they're actually friends, and that they would be actually friends. And for that, I think we need a nice scene of them at their highest, before we get them at their lowest. With that said, I'm going to lower myself. I don't know where I was going with this. I'm gonna go take a piss, okay? Lower myself onto the toilet, but I don't piss sitting down. I'm not a woman. I've done a good job of winning copyright so far, and I think in the hopes of keeping this stream preserved, I'm going to switch it up real fast. Just for this, probably. Good old stream beats. I'll be back. All right. We're back. Round 2. That racist? That's not racist. I don't think myself as superior to Asians. No way. No. All right. Get this train out of the station. What are they doing? Two friends. Doing what? What do they bond over? Ness goes to the gym. We know that. Video games? Probably not. TV, movies? It's a solid. What else? Like, what else do people, what else do friends like bond over, man? Especially when they have like two polar opposite. Maybe music. Hmm. I'm thinking maybe music. But no, it can't be. Here's my issue. It can't be too. Just like bonding over music. Look at like what? Like they're sitting at home listening to music. I don't know about that. You know. Um. So the alternative, they're going out to clubs, listening to music. They're going out to bars, or they're going out to concerts. That would involve drugs. That would involve. Hmm. No, I think it's good if they're in their house on the couch. They both leave, do their own thing, reconvene. Two different states of being. You know. So hold on. Indoor activities. Actually, you know what a good utility for this would be is campfire writing, world builder for authors, etc. That will be good because it has a list of activities. Yes. So let's see here. Indoor hobbies. Uh, Bowling, cheese making. I'm not so far out of ideas that I'm gonna start like writing a story about a writer. You know, or even like someone who enjoys writing. like as a pastime. Let's see. What else we got? I guess I can pull this up. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Because these aren't really things like people do together and like bond over, you know? Um, yeah, man. I don't fucking know. I think multiplayer, like a couch co-op game, I think that's what it's gonna have to be. I think there's not much I can do, if not something like that, or movies, or TV, or something of the sort. Um, I kind of want whatever they're talking about to tie into the story somehow. I don't know how. I think this will be the best way of, yeah, I think, because I'll just have to rewrite it anyway. I don't want it to just be nothingness. Like, I want there to be, character development and parallels drawn for later on in the story. Uh, you know, if they're watching a movie, I want that movie to somehow be pertinent to what's going to happen, or you know, playing again, you know, whatever it may be. Okay, I don't. Okay, so we're back to this then. I don't think it's a full affair. I don't think it can be a full affair. I think it has to be just a kiss, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Uh, Something has to convince him to contact the police and find the culprit. Hmm. Maybe he confronts her. Oh, that'd be risky though, wouldn't it? Okay, let's just continue with it. You know, not gonna get too bogged down in the details right now. I think. I'll tighten it up later. This is the perfectionist in me, really like digging, clawing at my brain. Mm. Oh no, she doesn't even have to flee, does she? That's because the watch is taken off of her. Mm. All right. I completely forgot about that. She doesn't have the watch or anything, so he's gonna confront her with the cops, and literally nothing. They can't do anything. Well, I guess here's the question, right? Pending an investigation, would they arrest her if she's a suspect? Or would they let her go and then just search warrant the house? They need probable cause. Yeah. Hmm. What I'm trying to do is she gets arrested. No, she doesn't get arrested. But the police are investigating. If he doesn't even know the chick though. He knows her fake name. Hmm. How would this work? There's no photos. Hmm. Well, no, I'm sure they could pull security cam footage, can't they? Are there security cams in the nightclub? I think I'm gonna have to figure this out another day, man. I'm about burnout. What else? Oh, I can finish this bit. Okay. Oh shit. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna be it for now, man. Steam has left the train. Just like the train left the station earlier. We've come full circle. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be all for me for today. We will get back and you know, I recorded like 20 or 30 minutes of Tales from the Borderlands the other day. I think that's a no-go, man. I think we're just gonna have to play it and enjoy it. But making a video on that seems less and less likely. Uh, Especially since I like looked into it in Premiere. It's gonna be so hard to edit around. I don't know that it's possible. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. We're gonna have I'm gonna have something drop on the 15th, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna have something drop on the 22nd, 6 p.m. Eastern. Both Saturdays. And hopefully we'll finish off the month with The Wolf Among Us movie. You're gonna have it edited into a movie. I'm gonna have to reshoot some things, make everything nice and pretty. Rebalance some audio. I have a notepad. It's a couple pages of things to do. But they should be able to get done. And with that, there's only one thing left to do. It's to end the stream. I'm out of here.